Welcome to my humble abode. I've been thinking a lot about the rain that we've had. It's been consistent, and water in general. I mean, we're made up mostly of water, which is astounding in itself, really. It's a wonder I don't just kind of spread out. Anyway, it can keep you or it'll kill you. That's what I've come to realise. Um, the past over a month now, we've had a lot of rain. So much so that when I recently drove the van out, I discovered that the reversing camera wasn't working. It was all blurry, and went out and had a look, and the camera itself is full of water. I have no idea how it got in, and likewise don't know how to get it out. So that's on my to-do list. But yes, the rain has been constant and sometimes torrential, and also the gas water heater cover. Um, I'll, I slipped out earlier when it wasn't raining and did a little video of what the update of that is, so I'll stick that in shortly. But yeah, that's been full of water, so I'm trying to dry that out, and I've tried to make a fix, which I'll show you. Another improvement I've made is this is for the gas heater, although when I opened it up it's got foam all behind it, so it's not really going to do much good. But anyway, I'm not using it, so I'm not too bothered about that. But I've given it a coat of paint. I spray painted it, but it needs another one. But of course we're getting more wet weather, so I'll just leave that until another nice day for the final coat. But it still looks better than it did. But you can see it's all rusted out at the base, because what was happening was it was coming in through the top. So I've put like a foam sealer, a stick-on sealer in there, and that seems to be working. I've just had a wee look and there's no water in there, and we had rain all last night, so that will be a big improvement. Anyway, I hopefully can get a new one, but in the meantime I always think prevention's better than cure. Well, not better than, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yes, so I'm hoping that will work. And moving on, because I have been confined to barracks, I have also been working a little bit in here to try and make it a little bit warmer. Now, as you can see here, that is just a really, really like tissue thin cloth, and it's over a cardboard sort of system lining, and I think there might be a little bit of foam, very, very small amount of foam underneath that. These Japanese motorhomes, I don't know why they're so badly insulated, but they are, because in Japan it snows and can get quite cold. Similar climate to south of here, I would imagine, South Island. But I'm trying to think of ways to actually warm it up a bit. Now you'll see in the kitchen, I did talk about it in my tour, that I've got some what they call core flue, which is like plastic cardboard. It's the same construction with the open cells in the centre, just like a piece of cardboard sheet, and easy to cut. I was going to make it out of plywood, but the nightmare of cutting around all that, nothing straight, and the windows curved, so I thought, well, plywood's not going to work, even though I did get some that was only 3 mil. I was procrastinating on that one, I can tell you. So anyway, I got the core flue for making window screens. As you'll see, I've got one already cut and inserted, and it's working really well because it lets the light in, but it just insulates that window. I had a roller blind over it, and I'm loath to put it back because with the steam and fat, whatever you want to, with the cooking, it was just making it dirty constantly. I was cleaning it, so I might just leave that and use that screen instead. So anyway, I'm getting off the subject, but anyway, so yes, I made the lining, and then got a roll of stick on. It's imitation tiles. It's not real tiles, because I'm constantly aware of the weight. I don't want any weight. So I've just been trialing that to see how that's working, and so far it's working really well. I bought it's a little plastic adhesive seal cover that goes around the edge of the window part just to tidy it up, and that's looking good and working well. So that's a success. And now for the rest of the walls around, like the bed and in here in the lounge, let's call it the lounge. Yeah. Yes, I bought some rolls of, it's like a compressed plastic fibre, and it's quite stiff but very thin, and so I think it will hold its shape and support itself on the walls. And if I just cover it with self-adhesive, some nice fabric that I bought, I think that is going to make the walls warmer. And for the floor today, that's what I've been doing. I'll show you. I bought these, this is only a small section of it, but they come in squares, and they've got this like a jigsaw, and they all interlock together. They're for kids' rooms, and what I've done is I've lined all the flooring, and I'm very happy with that. And the temperature in here at the moment is 23 degrees, and I can't attribute it to the new tiles on the new foam floor, but it could be. But yeah, the back of it is just, it's, you can see how thick it is, and it's lovely to walk on. So yeah, I'm slowly getting some jobs done. Now I also will show you a clip now of some guttering that I've stuck up on the over the window, so I'll pop that in here. And so far I actually need to get the hose out, I think, and give it a good blast and just visually see what's happening, because I can't see if it's helping with the water that was running down the windows. Some of the window seals are a little dodgy looking, and that's another prevention thing that I'm trying to put in place, so that during the winter I won't be stressed here when I see the water pouring down that something's going to spring in a leak. Because although it's not the end of the world, if water gets in, and especially when you don't know it, it can build up pretty quick and cause a lot of damage. So I was fortunate that the water that came in the gas water heater cover went into a small, because the whole thing is the shell is fiberglass, the whole thing is molded. There was a trough where pipes were laid, so they were safe, they were up high, but the water laid in there, and I was able to mop it up. And that's how I actually discovered the leak, was because I was checking on the new water pump, and I thought, oh my God, it's leaking. And it turned out it was the actual cover leaking, and it had come down the side and collected in this trough. So hopefully I'm getting on top of these repairs that will see me safe in the winter, so I can have some nice long good night's sleeps without worrying every time it rains, because it seems to be now that rain is like every day, which is a shame, isn't it? There's a very, very partial lull in the weather at the moment, but I wanted to show you what I'm trialling. I got these on Temu. They're just a self-adhesive, like a little gutter. I've got one there, and over the window there. And likewise on this one. And that also, that vent I replaced. Got that from the same place. I've had to put a copious amount of sealant on it, because I didn't want it to leak. But I might have to be forced inside again due to the moisture. Okay, so this is what it's like in under my table. I did make an awful mistake there, so what I'm thinking is I'll get a kind of some sort of seal that will just tidy that up and will adhere to the base of the table. But yes, I've laid it up along there. I've got my little rugs on it because I think this is hardly hard wearing stuff, and so those little mats that I have here, you can see where it's interlocked there. Works a treat anyway. So yes, I've got the mats down, and I think that's going to make that so much warmer, and I can put all my secret stash of books and DVDs under there. And so yeah, it's lovely to walk on, really nice. So I've been productive, shall we say, and I think that's the only way we can handle situations like with the weather. You can't control it, so you have to work with it. There's no use beating your head against a brick wall and cursing it, because it's not going to change, is it? What I found is that our climate seems to follow the previous season that was in Europe. And that's how I've always done it, because if I see that the UK had rain last year, for example, during their autumn and all through their winter, I'm thinking, I'm going to prepare like the Boy Scout or Girl Guide. I think Boy Scouts had more fun though, didn't they? Anyway, what would I know? But the thing is, it's all about preparation and trying to work with the rain rather than against it, and getting annoyed about it. So yeah, I hope it does clear up. It's not supposed to be. We've got another orange warning this weekend. So I've got some of these jobs done, and I think I will tackle these walls next, and hopefully that will be success. I shall let you know. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me once again. I really, really appreciate your comments. Some of them are just, well, I shouldn't say some, all of them are absolutely wonderful and inspiring for me. So thank you. So until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.